Hey, Book Peer fans, welcome back. I'm Paul.
And I'm Alice.
Today we're tackling a classic, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. This book's been a bestseller for decades, and for good reason.
It lays out this really compelling philosophy about achieving success, and not just in business, but any area of life you can think of.
So not some genie in a bottle stand,
No.
but more about harnessing your mental energy.
Exactly. And the cool thing is, Hill doesn't just leave you with vague ideas. He lays out 13 specific principles, almost like a step-by-step guide to achieving your goals.
Okay, 13 principles, that sounds like a lot. If you're just joining us, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to Book Peer for more book breakdowns like this. All right, Alice, break it down for us. Where does Hill say we should even start?
He starts with desire. He says you need a burning desire, a deep, intense want for whatever it is you're trying to achieve. It's got to be more than just a passing wish.
So I can't just say, I want to be rich and expect millions to fall into my lap.
Not quite. Hill actually gives 6 steps to turn that vague wish into a burning desire. You need to define exactly what you want, write it down, visualize it, and really feel it as if it's already happened. Like, imagine yourself achieving that goal and how it would feel.
So it's about making that desire real in your mind. That's pretty interesting.
Right. It's like planting a seed. You need to nurture it, give it attention, and really believe it can grow. And that brings us to the next principle, faith.
Faith? Isn't that about religion?
Not in this context. Hill's talking about believing in yourself and your ability to achieve what you set out to do. It's about having unshakable confidence that you can make it happen.
Okay, but how do you just decide to have faith?
Well, that's where things get really practical. Hill talks about using auto-suggestion, basically positive self-talk and visualizations. It's like programming your mind with the belief that your goal is achievable.
So it's about constantly feeding your mind with positive thoughts and images related to your goal.
Yes.
Almost like training your mind like you would train a muscle.
Exactly. You're basically telling your subconscious mind, this is what I want and I believe it's possible.
I'm starting to see how these principles build on each other. First, you ignite that burning desire. Then you cultivate the belief that you can achieve it. What comes next?
Hill says you need specialized knowledge, but he's not talking about just learning anything. It's about becoming an expert in the area related to your goal.
So if I want to be a musician, I shouldn't waste time learning astrophysics.
Well, learning about the stars is cool, but if your goal is music, you need to focus your energy on learning everything you can about music. Find mentors, study the greats, practice your instrument, immerse yourself in that world.
Makes sense. Focus on the knowledge that will directly help you achieve your specific goal. Okay, so we've got desire, faith, knowledge. This is reminding me I should really leave a comment below and let you guys know what your biggest takeaway has been so far. What's next on Hill's list, Alice?
Next up is imagination. Hill was a big believer in the power of imagination. He saw it as this amazing mental playground where you can create and solve problems.
So like daydreaming about success?
It's more than just daydreaming. It's about actively using your imagination to visualize your success in detail, playing out different scenarios, and coming up with creative solutions. Imagine yourself crossing that finish line, giving that winning presentation, or achieving whatever it is you desire.
So you're saying it's not enough to just have the knowledge you have to be able to see yourself applying it and achieving the results you want.
Absolutely. And Hill actually talks about 2 types of imagination. One is about taking existing ideas and rearranging them, kind of like remixing a song. The other is about creating entirely new ideas, like composing an original piece of music.
That's a really interesting distinction.
Yeah.
So far, we've got desire, faith, knowledge, and imagination.
Yeah.
What's the next step in building this success foundation?
Well, once you have a clear vision and the knowledge to back it up, you need a plan, right? That's where organized planning comes in. You can't just dream about your goals. You need a concrete plan to get there.
Okay, I get that. But some people hate planning. They say it stifles their creativity.
I hear that. But even creative people need some structure, right? Think of it like having a roadmap. You know, your destination, but you need to figure out the route, the stops along the way, and any potential detours you might encounter.
I like that analogy. It's less about being rigid and more about having a framework to guide you.
Exactly. And when it comes to planning, Hill really emphasizes the importance of forming a mastermind group.
We'll definitely have to dive into that concept later. But for now, could you give us a quick preview?
Sure. It's basically about having a team of supportive people who can help you brainstorm, strategize, and stay on track. Think of it like your personal board of advisors helping you navigate the journey to success.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got our desire, faith, knowledge, imagination, and now a plan to bring it all together. What's next?
Once you have a plan, it's time to make decisions and stick to them. Hill was a big advocate for being decisive. He believed that successful people make decisions quickly and confidently.
I'm definitely guilty of overthinking things sometimes. Is he saying we shouldn't weigh our options carefully?
He's not saying to be reckless, but he does believe that procrastination is a major obstacle to success. Sometimes you just have to trust your gut, make a choice, and move forward, even if you're not 100% sure it's the right one.
So it's about overcoming that fear of making the wrong choice and just taking action.
Exactly. And once you've made a decision, that leads us right into the next principle, persistence.
I have a feeling this is a big one.
It is. Persistence is absolutely key. You're going to face challenges, setbacks, and maybe even some failures along the way. But the important thing is to never give up.
Easier said than done, right?
Oh, absolutely. It takes grit, determination, and a refusal to let obstacles defeat you. In fact, Hill actually listed the 30 major causes of failure, and guess what? Lack of persistence was a common thread running through almost all of them.
Wow, that's really powerful. So it's not just about having a good plan, but also about having the mental toughness to see it through no matter what.
You got it. And that brings us to one of the most interesting principles in the book, the power of the mastermind. Remember, we touched on that briefly earlier.
Yeah, the whole team of advisors idea. I'm really intrigued by that one. Tell us more. Before we do, though, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to Book Peer if you're enjoying this breakdown. Okay, Alice, let's hear about this mastermind concept.
This is one of Hill's most powerful and enduring ideas. It's all about the synergy that comes from surrounding yourself with a supportive team. People who share your vision and can offer diverse perspectives and encouragement.
So it's like having a group of people who believe in you and are invested in your success.
Exactly. It's about leveraging the collective wisdom and energy of a group to achieve something bigger than you could on your own.
Like that old saying, two heads are better than one.
Exactly. Think of it like having a personal board of advisors who help you stay focused, motivated, and accountable. They can offer different skills, insights, and connections that you might not have on your own.
This is making me think about all the times I've struggled alone with a problem when maybe I should have reached out for help.
And that's exactly what the mastermind is all about. It's about recognizing that we don't have to do everything ourselves. We can achieve so much more when we collaborate and support each other.
Okay, I am definitely feeling inspired to build my own mastermind group. This has been an incredible breakdown so far, Alice. Before we move on to the next principle, though, let's pause for a second and thank everyone for being here with us on Book Peer. We wouldn't be here without your amazing support.
That's right. We love connecting with you all. And if you're enjoying this conversation, be sure to let us know what you're thinking in the comments below. We always appreciate your feedback.
All right, back to Think and Grow Rich. This next principle is a bit more complex and, frankly, might raise a few eyebrows today. It's called the mystery of sex transmutation.
Okay, before anyone jumps to conclusions, let me clarify something important. Hill is not advocating for anything inappropriate here. What he's actually talking about is channeling the intense energy and passion associated with sexual desire into other areas of life.
So not about acting on those desires, but more about harnessing that energy.
Exactly. He believed that sexual energy is an incredibly potent force in the human experience, and that by learning to redirect it, we can tap into an incredible source of motivation and inspiration.
So it's about taking all that passion and energy and focusing it like a laser beam on our goals?
Precisely. It's about harnessing your inner drive and using it to propel you forward in all areas of life.
Okay, I'm starting to see how this fits into the bigger picture. But I think we'll need to unpack this one a bit more carefully in the next part of our discussion. What do you think, Alice?
I agree. It's a fascinating principle, but it definitely requires a deeper exploration.
All right, Book Peer fans, we're going to wrap up part 1 of our deep dive into Think and Grow Rich right here. Be sure to come back for part 2, where we'll delve into the remaining principles and explore some of these more nuanced concepts in greater detail.
And in the meantime, we'd love to hear your thoughts on what we've covered so far. Leave us a comment below and let us know which principle resonated with you the most.
Until next time, keep thinking and growing rich in all areas of your life.